How's it going, everyone? So we just got the reveal of the final DLC character for Season 1 of Tekken 8, and they ended it with an absolute bang. This is really, really awesome to see. Hopefully the thumbnail didn't spoil you, hopefully you've already seen the reveal trailer, but yes, it is Clive from Final Fantasy 16. A lot of people have been talking about us getting a Final Fantasy rep as the last character. Most people wanted Tifa. It seemed like Tifa was the most popular, but there were a lot of Clives in there. I personally thought he'd be more likely to make an appearance rather than Tifa, even though like Tifa's a really popular character, but like Clive going alongside the release of Final Fantasy 16, it just makes sense, right? It's good to promote their new game. It's a lot of sense, especially with Noctis. We had Noctis in Tekken 7, now we get Clive in this game. And just looking at him, he looks amazing. So they've released an extra trailer on YouTube because in the Game Awards, the trailer they showed, it literally only showed his Heat Smash and his Rage Art. That's it. We have a full 4-minute chunky gameplay trailer that released. I'm sure lots of other people will do the like frame by frame analysis. I'm not gonna be going into that. Today we're going to be more talking about like what this means for the future of Tekken, but just like quickly looking at his stuff, he looks amazing. He looks really, really well done. You see he has like the wolf for some of his attacks. He's like crazy magic effects on all of his moves. He has like some of the coolest looking combos I've seen in any Tekken character. Like this, he looks like Noctis on like steroids. Like he looks so, and Noctis was already like, for the time, everyone was like, this is amazing. This is how is this a character in Tekken? But Clive just looks incredible. He looks incredible. You can tell they spared no expense. They have the Final Fantasy 16 budget, okay? They spared no expense for the first guest character, and they want to make sure everything was amazing. So he looks so good. Thumbs up there. I do think, so he's coming out on the 16th, they've announced. That's in 4 days. 4 days he's coming out to people who have the early access, who bought the season pass, which means we're almost certainly going to be getting a Tekken talk between now and then. Probably, so in the next 4 days, we're going to get a Tekken talk, almost definitely. What's interesting there is there's also going to be an update, right? So some questions start being asked here. Will there be balance changes? Maybe there will be. I think the game's in like a pretty decent spot right now. I think we're really, really close to Tekken being like the perfect fighting game. We just need a couple more things. We need some of the top tiers to be nerfed down. Obviously Jin, Yoshimitsu, Nina, just like some targeted changes like that would be amazing. So yeah, we could also be getting big balance changes in the next patch when they reveal him. Who knows, right? It's definitely possible. So I thought it'd be cool to just talk for a little bit about like what this kind of means for the series going forward, what we can take away from his inclusion in Tekken, because this is really significant, right? This is a big point in history. This is the first DLC character that's like a crossover character, the first guest character for Tekken 8. It's a really cool moment in time, and I think they picked a cool character. Now, it is a safe-ish choice, but at the end of the day, it's a guest character. You can't be too angry, and this is only the first season pass. There's going to be way more down the road. Now, the big one, I guess we'll talk about first. A lot of people who wanted Tifa are probably wondering, like, does this deconfirm Tifa coming in the future? Will they want to have multiple Final Fantasy reps? I'm leaning towards saying yes. I'm leaning towards thinking they're probably not going to want to have multiple Final Fantasy reps in the game. It'll probably be, they want to get like other characters of other franchises, just because like the goal of guest characters, right? They're trying to draw in more casual players from other franchises, right? And most likely people who are interested in Tifa have already played Final Fantasy 16, and Clive is already like they're going to be happy about it. I'd be very surprised if a bunch of people were super into Tifa and then were like disappointed that Clive got in the game. Like, if you're a fan of Final Fantasy 7, you've probably played Final Fantasy 16. Now, maybe you didn't like it. I know there's a lot of people who don't like the game, but you know what I mean, right? Like, this fills that niche, and it gets those people playing Tekken. Now, that's not to say it's impossible. Remember, what I said in the last video when we were talking about Heihachi, you can never predict these guys. That's like the biggest takeaway when it comes to Bandai Namco, when it comes to developers. Like, you never know. He was like, oh, Harada was like, Heihachi's dead, he's dead, and then they just brought him in. So, like, you never know. For all we know, the next character could be Tifa. They could just start with the first character of the next season pass being Tifa. I highly doubt it, but you can never know for sure. So like, if you're a big fan of Tifa, don't let that discourage you. You could still see it, although again, if I'm being honest, I think it is a little bit more unlikely. This also sets a precedent for the structure of future season passes. The way they did it with this one was like 3 returning characters, and then we got ending it with a guest character. Now, considering that we already know that Anna Williams is going to be a character in the Season 2 Battle Pass, I keep saying Battle Pass, the Season 2 Season Pass, whatever. This basically, this could tell us the structure is going to be like this for the rest of them. So it's going to be 3 returning characters, end it with a guest character. Maybe not. Maybe we'll see 2 guest characters, or maybe we'll see no guest characters in the next season. We really have no idea, but this is the pattern we've gotten so far. So Anna Williams is guaranteed, obviously, for next season. As for other characters, I think Armor King is going to be like a shoo-in. Like I'd be very, very surprised if we don't see Armor King in the next season. So it'll probably be Anna Williams, Armor King, maybe one other returning character. Marduk is obviously like a super huge one. I'd be surprised if we didn't get Marduk at some point. I still personally really want Kazumi. Kazumi is so cool. She's like the coolest. She's my favorite newcomer in all of Tekken 7. To be honest, I was kind of hoping she'd be the last character, even though in retrospect she's obviously a lot more lame than the reveal of Clive. But yeah, hopefully we're gonna keep getting guest characters throughout every season. It'd be cool to get some more like fighting game stuff. We obviously we had Geese. He was one of the first DLC characters announced in Tekken 7. So maybe, who knows, maybe the second character will be a fighting game character. It'd be, obviously the whole theme of this channel, it's Boogard. It'd be amazing to get like Terry or something. But any fight, like a lot of people want like Scorpion, a Mortal Kombat rep. I could definitely see that happening. So yeah, that'd be my guess. I'd say the next guest character is probably gonna be a fighting game character. They did their like super wide, this is like their wide pull. Now they do a little bit more of like a niche one to get people from other fighting games playing. It could be Luke from Street Fighter. That's one I've been thinking about a lot. But yeah, as for the future, like who knows what's going on now? Like now that guest characters are in, and it's so interesting because everyone's always trying to predict guest characters, right? Like I've seen so many people, whenever I'm streaming, people ask, who do you think the guest characters are going to be? People are making videos about it. But the thing is, when it comes to predicting guest characters, it's like the sky's the limit, especially for Tekken, because if you're trying to predict future guest characters for a series like Smash Bros, at least you have like something to, you have like, for Smash you can say they only do fighting game characters, or sorry, not fighting game, they only do video game characters. But with Tekken, we had Negan from The Walking Dead in the last game. So, and you'd be surprised how many comments I get on my videos being like, I want Mike Tyson. And that's like a genuine thing, or like John Cena. Like when it comes to Tekken, they're not limited to just gaming characters. They could add Joe Biden as the next character, okay? And he'd sell so many copies. I'd be a Joe Biden main. Sleepy Joe? Yeah, give me that. But I don't know, it's really hard to predict, but it's just fun. Like it's a really fun environment to be in. It is interesting. I know we had recently the Steam changes where they said from now on, I think fighting games have to reveal all 4 DLC characters at once. I'm not sure if that's like exactly accurate. I've seen some people being like, oh, from now on, Tekken's gonna need to do they're gonna need to do a Street Fighter approach. Remember how they revealed for Season 2, they revealed all 4 characters in one go? Some people have been saying that Tekken's going to be required to do that, but I've seen some people say they won't be, so that'll be interesting. Personally, I'm not super into that. I know, like, for the hype, like, yeah, one reveal with 4, like one trailer that shows the next 4 characters, that's really cool. It's like one bombshell of hype, but I don't know, I kind of like it how they go one by one, and they keep it as a surprise, because if you think about it, if they reveal all 4 characters for Season 2 at once, there's a lot of time in between. Like, cool, we're gonna know all the characters, but there's so much waiting. Like, if you're interested in like the last character of the season, you're gonna know they're coming, but you're gonna be waiting for like, what, a year? Whereas if they do the one by one, it's like they reveal a character, everyone's excited, and then they come out like usually within a month. There's not all that time where like you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. It's like as soon as they reveal it, you get to play them pretty quickly. So and it's more spread out. Like it's less overall hype, but it's more like spread out hype. That's my personal preference. I know I'm in the minority there. I like the one-on-one reveals. I hope they keep doing it. But yeah. As for what else we can take away from this, not a ton. Like I said before, we're almost definitely going to get a Tekken talk in the next couple days going over his moveset, so stay tuned for that. I'll probably do some video coverage, just going over like his moveset. As for the character himself, I guess I haven't talked about that yet. We might be looking at another Noctis situation, boys. I know a lot of my viewers are new, and you guys weren't around in Tekken 7. Noctis was very, very frustrating to deal with. He used all weapons, so you couldn't parry anything. He had some of the biggest range pressure in the game. Very, very easy character, very simple. It was a really, really frustrating character to fight against. Usually weapon characters are like that in Tekken. Even Victor's kind of like that, but it looks like this guy's gonna be even more. Like, it's gonna be even more sword stuff, magic. It's really cool. It's awesome to see a character like that in Tekken, but just prepare, okay? It might not be the most fun experience fighting against him in ranked. Obviously, I'm just speculating here. We'll have to see. But yeah, make sure to let me know in the comments. How are you feeling about this? I've gone on Twitter a little bit. It seems people are pretty mixed. I know the Tifa fans, a lot of Tifa fans are really upset because they really, really wanted her. A lot of people are like, oh, no one asked for this, no one asked for this. I don't know, me personally, I think it's really cool. I was a big fan of Final Fantasy 16, and any guest character would make me hype. So overall, I'm pretty positive. But yeah, let me know in the comments, how are you guys feeling about this? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you disappointed? Let me know. I'll be down there chatting with you guys as always. And also, like, let me know, who are you hoping for now? Like, where are you at now? Who do you think the next character is going to be, and who do you really want to see make it into the game in Season 2? I think that's about it. I've been yapping in this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe to support my content, and I will see you guys later. Take it easy. Enjoy the hype. This is a hype time to be a Tekken fan.